LeBron didn't hold back his criticism of the NBA's play-in format for the playoffs, saying whoever came up with that bleep needed to be fired. And yesterday, Commissioner Adam Silver said he understands where LeBron was coming from, but that the two have talked and LeBron, quote, understands the context of the league. Silver did admit that he would be open to, quote, tinkering with it if necessary. Shannon, should LeBron have spoken out publicly against the play-in tourney in May?
Yeah, it was a dumb idea. It's great, Skip. If you want to make it this year, I get during the bubble, because you had that big, long interruption. You had guys, teams that were really close, and you're only coming back 8 games to get ready to go into the playoffs. So I get a team that's one or two games. But if you play 72, you play a full season. Guys scratching and clawing. Okay, those are the 8 best teams. It's not fair that I do everything I possibly can after 82 games. Now, if I'm I'm an 8 seed, I got to play the 9. I got to play 9 and 10. How's that fair, Skip? What is that about? You know, it reminds you of income tax, Skip. You know, income tax, they only started during wartime. But then they figured out, hold on, we get money. Why would I ever go back? Unfortunately, LeBron, I don't know if the NBA is going to ever go back because they've got money. Skip, like I said, if you wanted to do it this year to try to recoup some of the money that you lost during the pandemic, Skip, I get it. But what happens when you make a little money doing something? Why am I going to stop? Popeye's like, you know what, we're going to try the chicken sandwich. You know, Chick-fil-A, y'all doing the old chicken sandwich, but we're going to try it. And guess what's going to be on the menu forever now? The Popeye's chicken sandwich. Unfortunately, LeBron James, guess what's going to be on the menu moving forward? Play-in tournament. I think it's a dumb idea, Skip, for the simple fact. Imagine, Skip, if I'm in the NFL, I go 17, because now they added the extra game, Skip. I play, man, I'm the 7th seed. Nah, 8, 9. We still got, you still got to play. You got to play in, you got to play in for the play-in. Nah. Once I've had a full season, Skip, that's more than enough games. I'm the 7th best, or excuse me, I'm the 8th best team, whatever the case may be. But unfortunately, they got revenue. And Skip, you can't look at it now, because I understand you got the perfect matchup. You got Steph Curry and you got LeBron James. I don't know if you get Sacramento or you get OKC battling, you're going to generate the ratings that Steph Curry and Golden State and LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Lakers are going to generate. But I agree with LeBron. I think it's a dumb idea if I play 82 games, you still going to have a play-in tournament.
Yet, LeBron's a pretty powerful voice in this league. In fact, he's the face of this league, and somehow, some way, the Players Association signed off on the play-in game.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So where was LeBron to head this off at the pass?
He can't, Skip.
Why wouldn't he tell Chris Paul, then the head of the Players Association, this is whoever came up with this, you know what, should be fired?
Yeah, it's one voice. You read the story, what was it? 2 weeks ago, Tom Brady said, the NFLP, y'all ignorant. He says, we took pay cuts while the value of the teams increased. Well, how'd that happen? Well, where was Tom Brady when the CBA was going on? You see, he's only one voice. LeBron, I get LeBron is the face of the league. But when you got other guys wanting to sign off on it, and plus, Skip, you got to understand. People looking at LeBron, they say, LeBron, you making $70 million off the court.
Yep.
You could afford to miss that, because guess what? Mountain Dew and Nike and all these teams, they're going to still cut you checks.
Yep.
All our money tied up to basketball. If we don't play, we don't get paid.
Yep.
So my only thing is, Skip, I get it. During the bubble, you had a couple of teams that was right there. You were only going to play 8 games. I get the play-in tournament for that. But moving forward, when you're playing an entire full season, nah, I'm good.
So these words were uttered by LeBron James back on May the 3rd on a Sunday evening after they had lost a home game to Toronto. LeBron had scored a grand total of 19 in that game with 5 turnovers, so he hadn't had his best game. And he can be a little bit of a drama king after those games, and he gets a little irritated with himself and his team and life. And that's when he uttered those words, whoever came up with this, you know what, should be fired.
Right.
Well, at that point, they were 36-28. They were sitting in the 6th seed, so they were okay. And yet they were going to creep backwards and find themselves in the, 7th seed, going up against Steph Curry and company in the 8th seed. And unfortunately for LeBron, two things were about to happen. That was going to be wildly successful for the league. To your point, you did get star power. You got the ultimate marquee.
Yeah, you got 2 top 5 players.
Right? But furthermore, LeBron has to be a little more careful about what he's saying, because you can condemn it all you want, but if you condemn it publicly, you're still the leader of a team that might have to deal with it, because it ain't going away.
No.
It was already in concrete. You were going to have to do it.
Right.
So it really didn't do his team any good for him to say that publicly at that point. That's more of a private, something he expressed privately.
Right.
And because he said it publicly, Commissioner Silver felt like the last couple of days he had to get in touch with him and sort of pick his brain, get his input on it.
Yeah, we talked to him.
Yeah, pay a little lip service to LeBron. I don't think it's going to change
You know
much.
what, Commissioner? I'm sorry. I shouldn't have spoken like that, but it's still some bullshit.
Yeah, do you think he said that?
Yeah.
I don't think
That's
he
what
said,
I
I'm
would've said.
Sorry, well, that maybe you would have. I don't think LeBron said that. So the point was, he did have to play it, and as fate would have it, he got poked in the eye, and he was seeing 3 rims at the end of the game, according to him, and he picked the middle rim, and it was the right one, and he hit a shot that won the game.
Can I ask you a question, Skip? So after 82 games, we don't know who the best 8 teams are. After 17 games, the NFL were to do this. So after 17 weeks, after 18 weeks now, 17 games, we don't know who the best 7 teams are.
They took borrowed the idea from baseball.
They did.
And
I Skip. I don't like it in
about
baseball.
162 to play one.
If I have not determined who the best teams are after 162 games, because Skip, I don't like that. In a one-game scenario? No.
But it worked in the bubble, and it worked last year. It was fun. Again, I'm with you. The premise of it is not fair. I agree, because you're going to play, how many did they play this year? 72?
72.
Usually 82.
Right.
I assume they'll be back to 82.
They'll be back to 82. But think about this. They played 10 fewer games in 2 fewer months.
Okay. So back on course next year.
Yeah.
And then it renders it takes some of the fire out of it, because it seems like, well, wait a minute, you played 82 games. Why do you have to play one more?
That's why I didn't like the extra Skip, the extra seed in the extra playoff team in football.
Okay.
Skip, you know how hard it is to make the playoffs when you're only taking 6.
I got it.
You like,
okay.
In every games matter.
Okay, but obviously these owners took a beating during the pandemic, and they say, we want to recoup as fast as we can so we can keep paying you all the money we pay you.
Right.
And to do so, one new gimmick that will aid, will help fill the coffers back up are these little play-in type
Okay,
games.
so once the coffers are filled back up, can we stop it?
Well, I doubt it, because it was too successful.
Exactly.
As you said, all of a sudden, Pandora's box opened and gold spilled out.
Skip, once somebody find out that you'll pay for something, you'll never get it for free again.
True.
All right, guys. Tim Tebow's time with the Jaguars, well, it is done. But why did it come to an end? It would keep him beating Philly through the 2026-27 season and guarantees him $261 million. So, Shannon, can you see the Sixers winning a championship during this contract?
No. I mean, they're going to have to get another couple of stars, Skip. As what we see right now. Now, we know Ben Simmons wants to leave. We know they want to get rid of Ben Simmons. But as of right now, because I don't know who's going to come, what other superstar or superstars are going to join Joel Embiid. But just to answer Jenny's question right here in a vacuum, no, they ain't winning. No, absolutely not. Skip, do you realize he's missed on average 20 games over the last 4 years? Those are his healthy seasons.
Yeah, and he just went through a playoff run with a torn meniscus in his knee. Go ahead.
Even in the bubble, Skip, when they only played, 70-something games, he missed 51 of those.
Yep.
So I just don't see how he's... And he is missing playoff games, Skip.
Yep.
Remember that he had the tummy issues? I just don't see it happening, Skip. I'm not so sure that, you talk about 4 or 5 years. Skip, this contract might age bad in 3 years, given his injury history. That's what I'm looking at. Talent, he might be the best big. He a joke of the best 2 big men, and I list them as 5 in the game. But Skip, he's missing on average of 20 games, and that's when he's 100% healthy. He's missed 295 games in his career.
Yep.
That's half of all the games that he could have possibly played.
Yep. Okay.
I understand why they did it. He had 2 years left. We can tie him up. We may want to make sure this guy's not going anywhere. We want to show him we love him. We love everything about Joel Embiid. But Skip, I